Right now on 12 News at 5, Chandler police say a teen mom searched online ways to drown her baby. Tonight, the boy's father is breaking his silence.
Plus, a car break-in crime spree, putting one Valley neighborhood on edge.
And the 12 News I-Team is catching sexual predators in the act. Tonight, we'll expose the disturbing details on how they're targeting our kids. 12 News at 5 starts right now.
And thanks for joining us, everyone. Tonight's big story, heartbreaking new details on a 4-week-old baby named Rainer, found dead inside his mother's apartment.
Tonight, Chandler police are telling 12 News that the boy's mother now admits to drowning the little baby and putting him into a duffel bag before faking his abduction.
At this hour, Jenna Falwell is behind bars facing first-degree murder charges, and the baby's father is left in tears, wondering why she didn't just call him.
We're bringing you complete team coverage on this story tonight, starting with Team 12's Antonia Mejia and a father's fight for justice. Antonia?
Mark, and there still is no answer as to why this woman would kill her son, but the boy's father is making an emotional plea to keep her behind bars.
When I held him in my arms, I told him I was going to protect him and always take care of him. I couldn't do that.
A heartbroken father. Chandler police say the child's mom drowned him.
She took away the best thing in my life.
19-year-old Jenna Falwell admitting to police she got in the bathtub with her 1-month-old son and then let go of him.
That was a cold thing to do. I don't know how a human being can do that.
I'm Jenna Falwell, 9/5/1999.
Court documents revealing the Chandler woman searched on her phone topics, including ways to die instantly, how long it takes babies to drown, and the sudden infant death syndrome. More than 100 searches related to these topics.
They're charged with 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder, a Class 1 felony.
Yes.
Jenna telling detectives that she settled on drowning her baby boy because she did not want to hear him cry.
She could have just told me to take him, and I would have taken him and raised him by myself.
This young father hurting for his son as he now seeks justice for his death.
I don't want to see her released from prison. She took an innocent child's life, her own child's.
Now this mother has a $1 million cash bond. The boy's father says that he was good friends with her. Both parents had joint custody of this baby child, and he never saw any warning signs coming from her. As a matter of fact, he was just with his baby the day before his death. We're live in Chandler. Antonia Mejia, 12 News.
All right, Antonia, so sad. Well, we still don't know exactly why this mother may have done this, but some are asking, could she have surrendered her 4-week-old baby at a fire station or even a hospital under the state's safe haven law?
Team 12's Michael Doudna is verifying that for us tonight. Michael?
Mark Kriebe, the safe haven laws are there to avoid a child being abandoned, to make sure that no matter the situation, the baby can be cared for. But there are specific rules.
Has a law where you could take your 3-day-old baby or less to any fire station, any hospital.
It's known as the Safe Haven Law, giving new moms a 72-hour window to drop off their baby if they don't think they can keep it, with no questions asked and no legal trouble.
Children that are less than 3 days old that are abandoned literally have 0 chance of survival out there.
So places like hospitals try to make it easy, often with a special drawer designed for safe haven children.
You hear the alarm go off. We are trained and taught to not look out the windows to see who may have dropped the baby into the drawer.
But what about mothers who missed that 72-hour deadline? Mothers like Jenna Falwell, who police say drowned her 4-week-old son at her chamber apartment, which was close to 2 safe haven locations, less than a mile from a fire station and a little over a mile to the nearest hospital.
If you bring someone to the station that's over 3 days old, we are not going to say no.
But the difference between making that window or not often comes down to the amount of questions asked.
Before 72 hours, it's no questions asked. There's no police investigation. There's no attempt to find the parent. After 72 hours, that would be a different situation.
So we can verify that Safe Haven provides a 72-hour window to drop off a kid. But even if that legal window is missed, there are still options.
That's the most important thing. I think having the law in place is one aspect of it, but having a safe location to drop your baby off and having people that are understanding.
And remember, you can go to a lot of places, hospitals, fire departments, even some churches are Safe Haven locations. And if you have concerns, you can call 1-888-510-BABY to end up having a conversation about maybe putting a baby to Safe Haven. Guys, back to you.
All right, Michael, thank you. Developing now, car crooks caught on camera. The person in the Gilbert neighborhood where this is taking place is so scared that they emailed 12 News for help.
They say there's been a severe uptick in crime, and as Team 12's Tram Mai reports, the criminals are getting in and out of cars so quickly no one can catch them.
This resident is scared and wants to remain anonymous, saying dozens of vehicles were broken into in just a matter of days. From cars being ransacked to stolen purses and laptops, these neighbors want answers. So we went to the Gilbert Police Department to find out. Caught on camera from a Gilbert house, crooks breaking into cars.
It's unusual because of the large number of vehicles that were burglarized at one time.
In one night alone, Gilbert police took in 30 burglary reports with no signs of forced entry.
Some neighbors in the Cooper and Guadalupe area reported that their vehicles were burglarized
by burglars who police think could be juveniles.
We do believe in these particular cases there was a large group of people, again 5 to 6 people, going from door to door. Suggests some level of being organized.
And it's not just here. Sergeant Daryl Kruger with Gilbert Police says it's happening in other areas throughout the valley.
My guess is that either they live in the area or they have not hit that area before, and so they're trying their luck there.
So here are 3 things you can do to protect yourself. 1, lock your car doors.
We have a lock 'em out program reminding people to lock your cars, lock your businesses, lock your houses, hide your valuables out of sight if you can't take them with you.
2, contact police if you have surveillance video.
This data will be collected by one department and later tied to an incident at a different department. So the better collection we can do, the better off we are.
And 3, if you've been a victim of theft, don't touch anything.
Minimize your entry points. Try not to touch things so we can collect other evidence, including fingerprints and potentially DNA.
Based on witnesses and surveillance video, Gilbert police believe this could be some kind of organized group, but it's not tied to a national level or other agency. Tram Mai 12 News.
Tram, thanks. Well, a lot of us have heard about detectives who pose as young girls online to try and get predators off the street.
Well, the 12 News I-Team got rare access and got to sit down with one of the investigators in Pinal County who does this.
Team 12's Bianca Bono is here in studio with us with more on what she found out.
Yeah, this investigator does this every day, and he tells me he is still shocked by just how quickly these conversations can go from a normal online chat to a sexual conversation, and that oftentimes lead to meetups in person. Again, all of these people think they're talking to a 14-year-old girl.
These guys are online for one reason and one reason only, and that's to find a kid that they can sexually exploit as quickly as possible.
Detective Snyder has been investigating crimes against children for years and says the problem of predators preying on children only seems to be getting worse.
We're not looking for the white panel van and the guy offering candy so much anymore. We're looking for the guy who says that he's a friend of theirs from Facebook.
Now, nearly every child has access to phones, tablets, computers.
Most of them can function those devices better than their parents.
And every social media app, video game, and chat room serving as a hunting ground for cyber predators.
Any social media application that has kids on it is a target.
Want to watch me on cam?
You know I'm 14, right?
And guys, that last little bit you heard there, that's probably the scariest part of this whole story. That was a part of a real chat between this Pinal County investigator and a predator online. He shared several of those chats with us, so it's just very disturbing.
So even though he knew she was 14, didn't matter?
Oh, no. In fact, it seems like they were actually seeking out younger and younger girls online.
Bianca, what could parents be looking for?
This investigator gave great tips for things parents can be doing right now to make sure their children don't become victims. We'll have all of that for you coming up tonight on 12 News at 10 in our full report.
Okay, thanks, Bianca. Well, tracking tomorrow, Vice President Mike Pence is coming to Yuma.
And we'll have live coverage of the rally during 12 News at 5, 6, and a complete wrap-up at 10. You'll also be able to watch it as it's happening on the 12 News app, as well as our Facebook page.
Ahead on 12 News at 5, the investigation into those suspicious packages being sent to top Democrats turns to Florida as more Trump critics become targets.
And a little later on in the show, a kindergarten class's sweet surprise that left a janitor in tears.
And we're not talking rain heading into the weekend, but above average temperatures will be with us. 90s, in fact. I'll let you know how long those 90-degree readings will stick around coming up in your 7-day forecast.
And is there something that you'd like to ask me? Well, now's the time. All you have to do is send me a text to 602-444-1212. I'll answer one of your questions coming up in tonight's Ask Mark.